Hey everybody, Fuxs Witit here. This is my first video. Gonna be touching a bit into mining on this video. These videos are kind of a come play along with me type of scenario. I don't think I'm pro at this game at all. I only started playing it recently. I've only got I think 2.8 million skill points on my main character, so that goes to show I've not been on the game for long at all. But I've been playing pretty hard recently. Pretty into it. So I figured I would share with maybe some other newbies some tips and tricks that I've learned. Maybe some questions that are still fresh in my mind that the more experienced players wouldn't think of. Probably not the case. They probably would think of a lot more than the new players, but who knows? Maybe there'll be some advantages to me running a video. So here it goes. But I'm going to do this video on what I've learned so far mining. And just basic tactics behind mining, different strategies and techniques and whatnot. So this is one of my side characters. Actually, my girlfriend made the character. She likes making characters and not playing them. So this is her character, but I just wanted to jump into her to see what the actual time would be to get you guys into certain ships and train certain items, so I can see the actual entire training time. So let's see here. We'll check out the Venture first, because that's the first ship you guys are going to get into as far as mining goes. Me personally, there are other people that talk of using, you know, certain cruisers and frigates and industrial ships, and even I've heard of even battleships being used with the 8 turret points or something like that, fitting them all with miners, doing it that way. But me personally, I wouldn't mess around with anything but this, and then your mining barge class following exhumer class, if you're going to take mining seriously. So if you're in a hurry to get mining, I'd get into this. If you want to mess around with a bit of the game, maybe do some missions while your mining barge trains, you can do that as well. But this ship here, the Venture, I can be in this ship in 16 minutes and 40 seconds. So that's not long at all. I could literally start training, go throw a pizza in the oven or something. By the time I'm done eating, I'll be ready to rock. So the miner doesn't require any skills to train. It requires skills, but you already have them. So there's no extra work involved other than training your mining frigate level 1. So if I wanted to train that right now, what I would do, right click, view market details. So it would pull it up on the market for me. I'd see if there's one in my station. There is. It's not that much more than, see, but I don't have any money on this character. So, but anyways, this is what you would do. So I would look, see, I would find the station, click, buy this, and then the book would appear in your inventory. It would be in your item hanger, not in your ship hanger if you're in a ship. I'm in a capsule, so it's definitely not in there. Although there is, never mind, I thought there was like 10 meters cube of storage in your capsule, but it doesn't seem that way. Anyways, you'd find the book here. You right click, it will say some things including inject skill, train to level 1. So you click train to level 1, and that would add it to the front of your queue. And this bar right down here underneath your portrait, that would show how long it's going to take, pretty much. But that's pretty basic, so I won't talk too much about that. So yeah, okay, I'm in the venture. I've got my miners. You might want to throw some mining upgrades on that ship. I think it's miner upgrade, no. Mining laser upgrade. Mining laser upgrade, there it is. So mining laser upgrade 1, because I'm not very skilled on this character. Well, on my other character either, but anyways. So this so let's say I wanted to get this mining laser on my venture, because this increases the yield on mining lasers and causes them to use more CPU. And how much more mining amount? It's 5%. So thought I was in the venture. I forget how many low slots there was in the venture. Let's say there's 2 slots, although I think there's 1, but let's say there's 2. I could actually put 2 of these in the low slots, and because there's no message here that says using more than one of these items will, I forget what it says, will cause it to something or other, something negative, will cause it to do something negative. I forget what the term is, but it's there and you'll see it quite often. As long as it doesn't say that, I can actually stack these stats. So for the heck of it, let's say I had 8 low slots, I could put 8 of these if my CPU could take it, which it probably couldn't. And you know, it would increase my my yield by like 40%. So, but anyways, so that's that. And you're gonna want to the next mining barge you're gonna want to get into is going to be either the retriever. So the retriever is, there's 3 different types of mining barges. The retriever is the barge that has the biggest ore capacity, the ore hold capacity, sorry. And it's got mediocre mining yield. It's still a hell of a lot better than the Venture or any other ship for that matter, but it's mediocre compared to the other ships. I mean, they're not that big of a difference, but I mean, every little bit counts, right? So this ship has two high slots for turret heads. The turret heads, you can use strip miners on these ships, on the barges and exhumers. And what strip miners are, I had it up so I wouldn't have to do this, but of course it's not up, so let's look it up. Strip miner. And this is your strip miner. It looks different than your standard mining laser. It's a lot bigger, and it needs these big round type of fittings that you can see on this ship here. See these round slots here? Those are what fits the strip miners. And the strip miners, oops, sorry. The strip miners, they the mining amount is 540 metric cubes every 3 minutes. Now the miner's yield, you're looking at 40 metric cubes every minute. So that means 120 metric cubes every 3 minutes. So what did I say? Strip miner is 540 metric cubes every 3 minutes. So that's a big difference, especially when you've got 2 of these, or even 3 of these on your ship, compared to, you know, 2 miners on a venture. It's a pretty serious difference, and that's why, honestly, I didn't really mine in the venture. I waited a while, I missioned, and then I slowly trained up my industry, and once I got my industry to 5, because that's what's required to drive the mining barge. I'll show you the requirements right now. But once I got my industry up to 5, then I got into a mining barge. Got my mining barge book and got into it. So let's check out the retriever, and this is total training time 8 days and 18 hours. That's not too bad, but you got to keep in mind that's strictly training this. That's not doing anything else. So that isn't going to be much fun if that's all you do. So, like I said, depending on how quickly you want to get into this barge is all going to depend on how quickly you get through this 8 days. So I'll leave that up to you. But, yeah. So that's that, and I just want to show you the converter real quick. I'm gonna start speeding stuff up real quick here. So the converter, it has actually 3 turret head points, but it only has 7,000 metric cubes in ore capacity, I think. Yeah, and it doesn't have the greatest defenses, if I remember correctly. I think they're mediocre. Or actually, no, I think they're the worst out of the 3. But I'm not too sure. Don't hold me to it. And then, I believe the Procurer is the defense mining barge. So, let's say you're in low sec. I wouldn't know, really. But let's say you're in low sec, you want some defense, you're going to jump in this barge probably. Strap some defensive fittings on there. Still worry about your mining yield and all that, but obviously you're worrying about defense and being attacked now. So you gotta um, navigate accordingly. But okay, so I'm gonna jump on my other character. I'm gonna get in my mining barge, and we'll start mining. Okay, so I just arrived in in a in an asteroid belt I was mining earlier. Now there are some rats. They're called pirates. Rats are NPC enemies that kind of hang out in just encounters and around asteroid belts and whatnot. Just annoyances, basically. Some of them obviously drop pretty good loot, depending on where you're killing. But these ones not so much. So I have my drones idle. I don't know why they're idle. I got him locked. Let's engage. They should just attack. They're usually set to aggressive. There they go. So I'm just flying over towards this these asteroids over here. I know this is just Feldspar. Not really the best stuff to mine, but for the video's purposes, I'm just gonna say screw it and let's go ahead and just start mining everything. So I'm going to come back in a couple seconds when I've started mining, and I'll talk about it a little bit. Alright, I'm pulling up to range to my asteroids. The clutch point in picking a spot to start mining is picking a spot that is just in reach of all the boundaries. So if your lasers, let's say they only go this far, well then you want to position it so the ore's just in the loop. If you see my ship right here, I'm talking about an imaginary circle around here. Imagining if that's the distance that your lasers can attain. So you wanna kind of get that sweet spot where you can hit the most ore possible. So you kind of try to imagine an invisible circle around your ship, and you want to shut down progress. But you want to imagine, like I said, a circle, and you're putting as much ore in that circle as possible. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to scan down the ore with my survey scanner. Actually, I'm going to stop the ship because I think I'm in a good position right now. So I'm going to scan down the ore, and what this does is it scans down all the ore in the area within the range, and the range of this thing is 22 kilometers. These are the ores within 22 kilometers of me. Now, an hour from now, that's an hour from now. Okay, so okay. I just want to make sure we've got enough time to jet can mine and pull it all in and not waste any. So, but anyways, we've got a bit of scordite in range here, 9,722 units, and scordite, if you show info, is 0.15 metric cubes. 1,722. There, 15 divided into 1 metric cube is roughly, I don't know, 7, I don't know, something like that. So you're not, these mine 850 metric cubes per 180 seconds. So I'm going to start it anyways while I talk, just so I'm not wasting time. But so yeah, these mine 854 metric cubes per 180 seconds. And metric cubes. So 1 metric cube, like I was saying, fits about a little more than 7 units of scordite into it. So if you think of it that way, this miner is probably, this strip miner is only going to last, oh, I don't know, a rough idea. I don't know, I can't do math right now, it's late, but it's gonna be maybe, I don't know, three rotations of the whatever you call it, the power cycle. But anyways, so yeah, I'm mining the asteroids. I should be up close, although I do have just some defense drones out right now. I wasn't smart and left my drones behind somewhere, my mining drones. So unfortunately I don't have them this run, so I can't show you guys. I mean, basically it's very simple. When rats come, you bring the miners in. So let's pretend these warriors are miners. I'll click here, return to drone bay, click, they'll come back, get in. Then let's say the combat drones here are mining drones. I'd click here, launch drones. My miners would launch. I'd click on an asteroid, engage, and vice versa for rats. You know, lock the rats, launch the warriors, engage target. But really, actually, all you'd have to do with the warriors is just launch them. They'll do the rest, as long as they're on aggressive. Yeah, so I'm mining right now, and I'll come back whenever I've got a full hold, and I'm gonna start flipping some cans. Okay, so my ore cargo hold is now up to 6,000 meters cube full. So before we get 3 more cycles, and there's roughly another, like I said, roughly 3,000 ore coming in, or 2,800 ore coming in, metric cubes, I mean not ore, 280 roughly metric cubes of ore coming in. There, I stand corrected. Okay, so jet canning, here's what we do. You select the ore and jettison. And if you look here, there's your jet can floating around in space, unsecure. Don't forget that. God forbid you have you've been jet canning for a few hours flipping cans, and an orca comes through and snatches your load of ore. That would suck. So anyways, I'm going to let my 15, 20 minutes, and we'll continue. Something very important I forgot. As soon as you jet can your ore, what I do is I set the name of the container, and I'll set the name as the in-game time. So down here, so let's say I jettison this ore. I'm not 100% sure, but let's say I jettisoned it 7 minutes ago. I think it was less than that, but to be safe. So we'll go 10:05. We'll call this jet can. So now we know that this this can rather, is good until 20:05. So 20:05 down here. If it turns 20:05, we know that more than likely that this this jet can probably is going to disappear with all of our material inside. Just so you're aware. But yeah, very important that you do that, because you get mining, you get watching TV, doing whatever, talking to friends, and you lose time. And before you know it, you're losing $5 million worth of ore. So, or however much it's going to be. But I'll come back in a little bit whenever I have. Actually, you know what? I have some Veldespar right here. So, oh, here's what you do. You right-click on your jet can, open cargo. What this is going to do, even if you close this, what that's going to do is it adds it to your list here. So as long as you're within range, this is going to stay highlighted. And what this allows you to do is it's basically like part of your cargo now, so to speak. You can drag cargo back and forth if you want, you know, very simply, just like that. So you can fill this this ore hold up, which I'm going to do here in a minute. Basically very simple. All you do is you sit here with your ore hold open, the ore comes in, you click it, you drag it into here, and it's that simple, really. I mean, that's it. And I'll teach you my strategy. I call it flipping cans. I don't know if that's the correct terminology or what, but you guys might think it's stupid, but it's my technique, and you guys can choose to use it if you want. But you know, if you don't want to, that's that's your decision. Don't go too buck wild on me if you don't agree with it. So, okay, I was sitting here and just you know, filling up my jet can like I was telling you guys, and I just thought of a couple things I could go over here with you. But so here we go, just filling up my jet can. My jet can's at 13,700 metric cubes full. I've been sitting here for, I'm not sure what it said you guys whenever I got here. If you forget, you could probably just rewind, but I don't think it's been too long since I've been here. I'm probably gonna check myself once I've plowed through a bit of mining here, but it'd be nice to see how long it's taking me to do this. But anyways, what I want to go over with you here is why I'm sitting at 5 jumps away from Amar. I found this was the most I'm not going to say the most, but it was my first pick of a solar system close to Amar, close enough to Amar where I could remotely manage my market, so that whenever I'm sitting here like I am now, I can buy and sell and do all that kind of stuff. So here, if I can find my market tab, there it is. So I'm going to show you guys. So I'm sitting out, you know, in space right now, not in a station at all. I buy and sell a lot. So I'm going to go to my orders, and I can asteroids depleted. I gotta fix that real quick. Okay. So whenever the asteroid depletes, like that just happened, like it just happened right there. You wanna lock a new ore. I can lock up to 6 targets, so I could actually have 3 more ores selected, so that whenever these run out, I can just, you know, pick another one quickly. But anyways, like, well, for example, I could go like that, right? Now I've got 3 more asteroids, so when this one's done, this one falls into its place. I click and start it up. But anyways, so remote buying, remote selling. I've trained up my skills. I think it's definitely under trade skills. So I'm training accounting right now to level 4, so that I can train, what's it called again? Margin trading. The ability to make potentially risky investments work in your favor. Each level of this skill reduces the percentage of ISK placed in the market escrow when entering buy orders, starting with an escrow percentage of 100% at level 0. Each skill level cumulatively reduces the percentage by 25%. This will bring your total escrow down to approximately 24% at level 5. So, in other words, you're placing buy orders and you're not paying for the order right away. I don't have that yet, so if you can see here, my total in escrow is 181 million right now. I'm buying 181 million worth of things. And it says additional 0 ISK to cover. So if I had margin trading, let's say I had it to level 1, and I don't know, let's just say that it was at, I don't know, 10% or something. So you know, like let's say I only had to, cover only 10, let's say, sorry, 25%. That's a little more realistic. Let's say I only had to cover, my skill allowed me to cover, my skill margin trading allowed me to cover only 25% of this total escrow fee for buying. So now not only can I buy a lot more orders, so in case a lot of orders aren't buying, as long as I've got that money, that backup money, and I know things are moving steadily, I could have a lot more money worth of items actually being bought, you know, at a time. So that's handy for whenever you're buying and selling a lot, like I like to be. Sometimes I slack, but so basically I've placed buy orders for this. So now I'm going to go through and update it. So you know, I'm going to update it here. Modify, because I already had the buy order in there. So I'm going to modify it. The smallest order for this now is okay, that's not too far up. So we change it to 700. 0.12. So now it's 1 cent higher than his. So now, okay, now my order is being modified, and now it's at the top. So now if someone sells to me, or sells to the vendor, so to speak, in WoW, if you were to just get quick money for your loot right away, that's basically what this is referring to. This is how much you're going to get for selling this ship, the arbitrator, sorry. That's what you're going to get for vendoring, like I said, so to speak, vendoring this ship. Even though I know it's going in the market, or not going in the market, but I know it's being sold through the market and all that. But I'm just comparing it, that quick money aspect. That means that, like I said, that's 7,800,000 is what you're gonna get for one of these ships right now, and it's gonna come straight to me. So that means in Amar's dock, if someone sold me 3 of these ships right now, there would be 3 arbitrators sitting in the Amar ship dock waiting for me to assemble them or do whatever I wanted to do with them, or resell them like I would. So let me show you what happens whenever I win a bid. So let's say I won a bid. And I'm still sitting out here. So I want to make good use of my time. So what I'm going to do is open my market, and because I've got the proper skills, I can now manage my, oops, this isn't the market. I can now, like I said, manage my stuff. Oops, sorry, I forgot what I'm doing. Sorry guys. Personal assets, you go to personal assets for items. So let's, like I said, I won an item off the market. I know I won it. I looked in my wallet, because my wallet was flashing. So I opened my wallet, I went to transactions, clicked load, and I saw, oh look, I won a bid for a large micro jump drive, and I won all these other bids as well, right up to here. So I won all of these bids. Now I'm going to resell all this stuff. So how do I resell it from here? Well, you find Amar in your personal assets. I know, don't comment on my personal assets. I know it's a mess. I keep meaning to go around and just clean it up, but obviously more pressing things. But anyways, okay, so I won. Let's say I won, 2 medium armor repair 2s. So I want to sell them. So I go to my assets, view market details. Well, they're selling for 860,000. So it's very simple, just like you're in the hangar. Sell the item. The same thing. I'm sure you know how to use the market. If you've played any MMO before, if you haven't, I suggest you try to find, some sort of a tutorial that goes a little more into detail about the market, but it's pretty basic. Anyways, so I'm going to match the price up here. Well, not match it, but I'm gonna undercut it by 1 penny, just so I'm at the top. And so now, without even being in the station at all, basically I made a phone call from my barge, so to speak. Said, hey, sell my medium armor repair 2s for this much money, and they threw it on the market for me. Oh, I'm slacking here. Actually, it's because I don't have any more room, so I'm gonna have to fix that. Got talking away there, and I'm gonna start hauling here in a minute. But hold on. Okay, I can do one more. I'm gonna do one more full load here, and then I'm gonna fill my ore load so that I can bring it back to make the most efficiency out of this run. We'll see how much time's left by the time I've filled this jet can up, because I don't want to leave my unanchored jet can floating in space before the reset, because what will happen is, because it's unanchored, every night around reset time, you'll lose any unanchored items floating around in space, because they reboot everything, they replenish all the asteroids and whatever, right? So we've got some fighting going on. Some rats just attacked me, so this is a good way for you guys to see just how basically I didn't touch anything, and you saw my drones went straight into combat. So yeah, you can see this rat. I mean, he's coming in thinking he's gonna do some damage, but obviously you saw that didn't last very long. So anyways, there's some that's very simple, and it's that easy, literally that easy to kill these rats, even in a venture with a couple basic light drones on board, basic light drones to help you fight away the those stupid rats. Anyways, I'm gonna fill my jet can up here, and I'll come back whenever my cargo's full. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys a little technique of mine. Take it or leave it, call it stupid, I don't really care. I'm not saying I invented it, just something I did and I do to make it capable for me to keep mining out here. So what I do is I will jettison 1 metric cube of ore, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm going to find that can in space, this one here. I'm gonna set the name like I told you guys to do, 1035. So let's pretend that the reset isn't coming up, and I want to keep going. I want to keep mining. I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop to haul. I just want to keep going. For whatever reason, maybe I have a buddy coming out to with a hauler, and he's gonna, you know, just come and collect all the loot eventually, or whatever the case may be. You want to keep going, so here's how you can do that. Okay, so I set that. I'm gonna open the cargo. So now what happens is it's added it to my list here, and then I'm gonna take the ore from here, and I'm gonna drag it and drop it in here. Now you've seen this can over here disappeared. So now we just pushed this timer, this 2-hour timer, we pushed it back a half an hour, because it was at 10:05. We've pushed it back to 10:35. So we've just gained an extra half an hour worth of mining without being pressured into possibly losing our can. So that's just a safe way to flip cans, like I said I call it, without losing your ore. So that's a strategy you can use if you ever have a situation that you need it. So I'm going to continue filling my my cargo here, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. We've got about 20 minutes to the server shutdown here, so I'm going to get back, get my hauler, and come back and pick up my my loot. But just something quickly I want to touch base here on, because I was telling you guys about adding items to your market using your personal assets whenever you're not actually in the station, if you have the proper skill. And that skill, just in case you want to know, that's retail is active orders, meaning you can have more orders. Trade is active and buy a limit, increase per 4 per skill. Procurement, proficiency at placing remote buy orders on the market. This is for buy orders. So procurement is a good one. I don't have this very high, but I don't need it very high right this second. So I'm doing fine with this level it's at right now, but I'm probably definitely going to raise this up another level very soon. Marketing, you know what, all of these are really great to have, but marketing, skill at selling items remotely, this is another very, very good one to have. This is the skill to access your assets and sell items that way that I just showed you guys. So this is the skill you want for that marketing. You've got day trading. Day trading you're going to get a little later on after you've gotten trade to level 4. I think it is, yeah, trade level 4. Yeah, trade level 4 is going to activate a lot of these trade skills, so you're going to want to get trade to level 4 first. But customs code expertise. This is for customs offices for planetary interaction. I'm definitely going to do a video about that very soon, because I struggled with it at first, but I enjoy doing it a lot now. Actually, you know what? I'm probably going to do a video maybe setting up some command posts, or command centers on some really rich planets. I'm gonna go look for some rich planets and set up 4 bases from scratch, and I'm gonna make a video about that. It should be pretty cool, but so keep your eyes open for that. But anyways, this one is for creating contracts. This is to upgrade the amount of contracts you can have. Contracts are a type of auction house, so to speak, like Warcraft. I know the market's like a type of auction house, but so is contracting. They're pretty similar. Contracting is more packages, like package items. You can get a bunch, like let's say you can buy a ship with all the proper fittings for whatever the bundle is. So let's say it's for PvP. Let's say you're buying a Punisher PvP pack. Then you're gonna get your Punisher frigate, and you're gonna get a bunch of really good PvP fittings that go on a Punisher in that package. So that's just an example. Anyways, accounting. A proficiency at squaring away the odds and ends of business transactions, keeping the checkbooks tight. So each level of this skill reduces transaction tax by 10%. So like I said, every little bit counts, and if you're doing a ton of market transactions, you can only imagine that these percentages, tail end percentages here and there, they're going to add up, and they're going to add up quickly. So yeah, I'm going to go back. I'm going to get my industrial ship right now. Let's see how much ore we've got in the hold. Can we dump that all into here? Yeah, see, we've filled up. I could keep going a little bit here, but there's no point. Oh, very important. Do not forget to save the location of your can. So can 1035 save location. Okay, now we're gonna head back to base, and to do that, we're gonna find the looking for the Emperor. Oh no, I'm not. I'm looking for. Sorry, I thought I was in Amara there for a second. This one will do. And don't forget to return your drones. These ships are pretty slow at starting up. They're warp drives, so you usually have time to do a couple things before you get going, like scoop your drones. Not scoop your drones. Return them to your drone bay. Oh, also, I wanted to. So let's say I'm flipping a lot of cans, like I was saying before, and I have that buddy with the industrial ship or the orca that I'm waiting on. Because, you know, let's say he's logging on in 2 hours, so I'm planning to have a whole ton of ore already ready to go. So I'm flipping cans like I was doing, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the cans down. 1035, you know, the next one, 1045, 1155. That's what I would do. Just so that if there's someone creeping around in my area and I'm going, then I get paranoid and I start to wonder if one of my cans disappeared. And so this is a good way of by the way, this is your notepad, so you can access that up in the top left corner here. See, this is why I accessed the quarter whatever there, the quarter captain's quarters, and now it's putting me in there every time, and it's taking a long time to load, so I apologize. So yeah, it's a good thing to have up your notepad to keep track of whatever it may be. In this case, your cans. So I'm gonna make this active here, and I'm gonna undock. See, I just did all that without even. Oh, there it is. Scratch that. Anyways, okay. So this ship, just to give you a quick rundown of what exactly I'm using here. Going to my can spot, can 1035, warp to 0. So what I'm using here is a ore hauling industrial ship. It's called a miasmos. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong, but it's got an ore capacity of 46,200 metric cubes. One can is 27,000 metric cubes. So basically, what I figured it to be is about 10,000 metric cubes less of two containers. I'll be alright. But so yeah, 10,000 metric cubes less than two containers. So if I had two of these containers full floating around, 10,000 metric cubes missing in one, it would fill up this ore hold completely. So what I do, I open my can while my ore is sitting here, drag and drop, boom, it's in my ore hold now. Make sure you put it in your ore hold too, because what you can do also, you can put ore in your hold. 5,500, which isn't much, but it's another 550 metric cubes, right? So now you've just bumped your ore hold up to, you know, I know it's nothing major, but it's another 550, that's all I was trying to say. So, I know I didn't fill it up, but whatever, I'm just showing you guys what you can do here. But, so we find the station. Usually assets is what I use to find my station with all my stuff at it. Warp back to the station, and then what I do is I empty my ore hold if I want, and do the process over again. Now, what's smart is if you're going to do this technique, the most efficient way is to fill one container and another container with 17,000 metric cubes in it, and once you've filled that up, fill your ore hold on your barge up to the 7,000 metric cubes, and then come back to the station, drop all the ore off in your hold, also go pick the ore up with the industrial ship, and you're making the most out of your trips. So if you think of it, instead of coming back with ore, getting your hauler and going back and forth, you're doing one trip empty. So if you're, instead of just flipping a bunch of cans and having like 10 cans sitting out there and then coming back with your industrial ship and picking it all up in, you know, 5 trips, it's best to just fill one load up, come back with a full barge load, because then you have a full barge load as well coming back every time that you're picking this up. I don't know if you guys are following that, but anyways, I'm just trying to say that it's basically more efficient to fill 1.5 cans up, pick it up with a full load, bring it back, and you know.
Oh my god, it's like 6 a.m.
So anyways, that is the basics. Mining ore. Not much to it. The server's about to go down here. And, oh, another thing. Depending on how far away from you are from the main trade hub, it's smart to not be too far from the trade hub, because you still have to haul this ore from your station you're mining it to. You still have to haul it to the spot to sell it, unless you're refining it and building ships and doing all that kind of stuff. But if you're just selling the ore straight up, you're still going to have to haul it back to a main trade hub, and you're not going to want to be too far, because you're going to kill a lot of time just driving back and forth with ore. So keep that in mind. I hope you guys enjoyed my first game video. first game video, and there will be more to come. I think my next one will be either experimenting with gas cloud harvesting, ice harvesting, because I haven't done either of those yet, believe it or not. Or maybe I don't know, maybe I'll go explore wormhole space or do something, I don't know, something fun anyways. So, yeah, I'll keep you guys posted.